next window.
Welcome back to Green Thumb Thursday on the news at noon. And it is winter, but spring is just around the corner. So with that in mind, we need to prepare for our lawns, our plants, and everything else outside for the perfect greenery. And joining us this afternoon is Jim Shreckhise from Shreckhise Landscaping. Thank you so much for joining us this afternoon.
Thank you, Ed, for having us.
Anytime. So it's winter, we said that, but what do we need to do to prepare for spring?
Well, first off, I think we all have to realize that spring is much closer than we think. I think the most important thing is to kind of have a plan. When spring comes and the grass starts growing, if we haven't started our plan, then we're already far behind. And so the first thing I would suggest is to go out, start your weed eater, start your lawnmower. It has sat without operating for 2.5 months, so it may not work. If you wait and take that lawnmower to the shop, in the middle of April, you'll wait 4 or 5 weeks before it's fixed and returned.
What are some other things in terms of pruning our plants or kind of clipping our hedges that we need to know now before spring?
If you're anxious to get outside, and most of us are after being pinned up all winter,
sure, there
are some plants we can begin to prune. Some things like summer flowering shrubs, some of the annual grasses, or rather perennial grasses, can be pruned back. This plant right here is a limelight hydrangea, very common, very well-liked plant.
Now, is this dead or is this alive?
Now, as far as being dead or alive, the easy test is always to take a branch. I've cut this off from, this is a larch, but when you look at this, there's no leaves, it looks dry, it looks like it may be dead. One of the first tests is to bend it, and as you can see, if it were dead, it would simply snap. This has spring to it, and you can tell that it's alive.
Okay.
If you look closely, you can see shiny little buds on here.
Wow.
They're kind of waxy and a little reddish color. That's another sign that it's alive.
Okay.
When we scrape the bark, you can take a pocket knife and scrape the bark.
It looks very nice.
It's kind of green. You see the green and it's wet. And that's a third sign.
Okay.
So that's what I would do to test a plant to see if it's wet or dry.
Now, to prune this, what do we need to do?
Simply cut the plant off about 15 inches high. It does not take a lot of skill. But now this is with flowering shrubs that bloom in the summer, and this would be with your perennial grasses. You could just hedge the plant back, and this is work that you can do before the lawnmower starts in the spring. When spring comes, everyone's so far behind. Between Little League or planting the vegetable garden, house cleaning, we all get behind. So anything we can do now puts us ahead for spring. So if your equipment works, if you have done some pruning, then when spring does get here, we're in a lot better shape.
Excellent. Jim, thank you so much for joining us this afternoon. And if you'd like more information, you can check out the number that's right there on your screen or check out Jim's website for more. We'll be right back, but first, here's a Green Thumb Thursday tip from Mark.